Hi friends, what's up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Tatiana Anissa. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and join the fam. I have a very exciting video. I have been waiting to film this. e.l.f. has just hit us with a ton of new releases, and of course I have my hands on quite a few, so we're gonna play around with some of the new products, grab a snack, grab something to drink, and let's go ahead and dive into all of these new e.l.f. releases. First things first, I want to dive into these new lip balms. So e.l.f. just came out with these Squeeze Me lip balms. These are $4 each. Now, a lot of people have been saying that these are a dupe for the Laneige Glowy Lip Balm. When I first got these, I was like, these are so tiny. These are very tiny. I feel like this would last you, like if you are a consistent lip balm user, this will last you about a week and a half. I mean, they are $4, but at the price of $4 and how often you use it, is it really worth $4, or should you get something that's going to last you a little bit longer? That's the kind of things that I personally like to think about, but I really feel like it just depends on how often you would use these and how often you would want to repurchase these. I did order the rest. They're like on their way to me, but I have two right now. I have honeydew and then I have grape, but I think today I'm going to go in with honeydew. Now these are very sheer. They have a very sheer tint to these, but they're very thick. They kind of feel like a thick lip mask. I really like the formula of these. I feel like they're very comfortable. Overall, I like these, and I do hope to see that they come out with more, flavors of these, because they are a really good formula. I love it. I just personally wish it was a little bit bigger. I want to play around with the eyes first. I picked up one of their new 10-pan eyeshadow palettes. Now, e.l.f. says that this is just like their bite-sized formula. We will see. We're going to put this to the test. The one that I picked up is Intergalactic. Now, I'm looking at this and there's only 4 mattes in here. I don't really know how much of a cohesive look I'm going to get out of just those 4 mattes. The shimmers are beautiful. They look really foiled and textured. I'm going to start off with this taupey brown shade right here. Ooh, this shade looks really light. Ooh, I'm just going to see if I can build the shade up, but the shade is not translating like I thought it was in the pan. This is a very, very light shade, but it looks so much darker. I don't know. I feel like this shade just looks so much darker in the pan, but on the eyes, it's like blending into my skin. I'm definitely gonna have to go into this black shade because I'm gonna want a lot of depth to this. Wow, at least we have a black, just to deepen up the looks and do whatever. Should I do a halo eye? I feel like a halo eye would be really pretty. Or should I keep it really simple? You know what? Let's do a, do I want to do a halo eye? I'm like, because I don't have many mattes to tap into with this. And I'm like, if I do a halo eye, it's going to be really dark with this black. But I feel like, you know what? We're going to go for it. Let's go. Let's do a nice smoky halo eye. Because I feel like with this particular palette, it might be good as a companion palette. I don't know if this is a good palette in particular to use on its own because there isn't many mattes. Now, e.l.f. did come out with other 10-pan palettes, but they were $10 as well. This is the one that really spoke to me. I feel like I would get, the other ones eventually. There is an all matte palette as well. So far, the matte is blending out really beautifully. It's not too pigmented, but it's not too sheer. I feel like it's the perfect amount that you get on your brush. I'm gonna go back into that first shade that I put down to kind of blend out the edges. Now, as far as the shimmers, there are so many beautiful, beautiful shimmers. And I'm like, which one do I go in with? I really like this blue right here. So pretty. This purple's gorgeous as well. This is really beautiful. I feel like this particular shadow is kind of dry, but it shows up really beautifully on the eye. That's really pretty. I feel like my halo eye has gone rogue. I kind of want to tap into this lighter blue right next to it and just place this directly in the center and just blend this in. So far, I like the 2 shimmers that I used. I just really wish that there was more matte in this palette to play with. I feel like some of these shimmers could have been, taken out, we don't need I mean, I guess we can keep this one. Like, we didn't need like this goldy, like bronzy shimmer, you know? And then maybe we didn't even need two of the blue shimmers. I felt like that could have been something else. And then, I don't know. I feel like if there was like a dark blue matte in this palette, I feel like it would make it a little bit more cohesive. Like this shade, I don't feel like we needed. And I also feel like we didn't need this like bronzy shade right here. For $10, I mean, it's not the most extravagant palette, but these are gonna be really great to travel with. So the eyes are done. Let's go ahead and move on to the face, which is where I'm pretty much the most excited for. If you don't know, e.l.f. came out with a SPF spray. So when I went on vacation, I brought this with me and I was using it every single day, and I love to use this as, you know, a part of the SPF routine. But when it comes to a setting spray, I didn't like the kind of like film or finish it left on my makeup. I'm not a fan of using it that way. I much prefer using it on my bare skin. So that's how I'm gonna use this today. Give it a shake. This does have like a sunscreeny kind of smell, but it doesn't burn my eyes when I open my eyes after. But the smell does kind of go away. This product right here, I just talked about in my purchase or pass video. This is the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. So I've already tried this. This is not like a first impressions. And I also kind of did like a wear test on my own. When it comes to this liquid version of the putty primer, I feel like you're going to love this one so much more if you already love the pot primer, because I feel like this is just way more easier to blend. I felt like with the OG one, I had to really work to blend this into the skin, whereas with this one, I feel like it's so much more easier. Once you put this on the skin, it feels just like the poreless putty primer. I feel like it smooths everything over. It makes the skin almost feel kind of like velvety in a way. And I really like the overall finish that it gives to the skin. I think it's such a really beautiful primer. I prefer the liquid putty primer over the OG one. If you're wondering how this primer wears, me personally, I feel like this is more of a perfecting primer. I don't really feel like it extends my makeup wear any more than the regular putty primer did. This primer is more so like perfecting. If you want, you know, if you want to smooth over the pores, you want the skin to kind of look a little bit blurred out, that's what this primer is going to give you. This is a primer that I definitely would use in conjunction with another one, which I don't mind. I like to use multiple primers for different things because they all do something different for me. But this one is going to be more so of like a smoothing primer for me. I do have the new Putty Color Correcting Eye Brighteners, and I am not really an eye brightener kind of girl. I don't usually wear eye brighteners. I don't really know how I would use one. I don't know if I'd use it under my makeup to, you know, cover up darkness, or if I'd use it on top of my foundation to brighten up under the eyes, or on top of concealer. I feel like you can do so much with these. On this channel, there are no rules to makeup. So I think today I'm going to try this on top of a foundation. But I'm gonna leave my under eyes blank and just put the foundation all the way around. I just added a light layer of my Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. Can you guys believe I am running out? I have to unscrew this to get product out because I can't pump it out anymore because it's so low. It's time for me to repurchase. It's such a good foundation. Now, for the color correctors, I did pick up two shades. I picked up the shade, which one is this? Tan Deep, and then this one is Deep Rich. So I think I'm gonna do Deep Rich. Tan Deep looks like it's gonna be a little bit too light. Take some of this on. Oh, wow. I just swirled my brush in here, and it's actually really creamy, so it picks up quite a lot. So I'm just gonna place this under the eye. I would say this gives more of like a light coverage, but I feel like you can build it up to be medium. But from past experience, I feel like less is more with this kind of product. I wouldn't really pile a ton under my eye. It really made a difference. Like truly, it made a difference. I feel like this eye is really awake and brightened. This eye is like kind of droopy. There's like no life to it. But I like it. And I don't feel like it's overly radiant. I feel like it almost looks like a natural finish. Now, this does retail for $6, which is really, really affordable. I know NARS just came out with an under eye brightener, and that's like $30+. So the fact is, there is now an affordable under eye brightener on the market. I feel like the true test, honestly, is how concealer is going to apply on top of this. And I'm gonna go in with one of my favorite concealers. It is from e.l.f. This is the Camo Concealer in the matte finish. This is in the shade Deep Chestnut. This concealer from e.l.f. is truly my favorite concealer from the drugstore. It is so good. So I know I love this concealer, but let's just see how this is gonna pair with that under eye brightener. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more concealer under the eyes. I like a really bright under eye, if you haven't noticed. Since we're going in with a lot of e.l.f. products, I'm gonna go in with the Putty Blush. This is in the shade, what shade is this? Oh my gosh, where are the shade names? Ooh, I don't know. I feel like this is the old version where they didn't have the shade names on here. So I'm not sure, but it is like a bright red one. I don't usually use this formula too often, but oh my gosh, using it, I'm like remembering how good of a formula this actually is. I'm just gonna use my Dominique Cosmetics setting powder to set this, but I do need to make sure all of the creasing is out. Let's get into my thoughts on the new e.l.f. product that I tried today. I'm actually thoroughly impressed overall. I feel like there isn't anything that I'm just like, you know, about, if it makes sense. I'm not using words. Tati, use your words. Let's start off with the lip balms. I really, really like the lip balm formula. It really just comes down to if you personally feel like $4 is gonna be worth how much you're using this, how many times you're probably gonna have to end up repurchasing this. But I've tried the grape, I've tried the honeydew. I like them. They smell just like what they are. I'm actually really excited to get my hands on the other ones just to see how those flavors are. Now with this eyeshadow palette, the formula overall is pretty solid. I think it's a great option at the drugstore. My only complaint would have to be with the color story of this palette in particular, only because instead of having like these neutrals in here, like just go crazy, e.l.f. Give us a dark blue matte, a dark purple matte. I don't feel like we needed any of these like neutral tones in this palette because there's only so much you can do with this look. I feel like that's when you'll have to tap into other palettes and use this as a companion palette. But I think the shimmers in this palette are the standout to me because there's a lot of different textures of the shimmers and I feel like they're very reflective on the eyes and I really like the shimmers a lot. That really stole the show for me. Now the sunscreen spray, definitely a favorite. I've been using it a lot this summer and if you're looking for an affordable SPF spray, I highly recommend checking that one out from e.l.f. My favorite product that I used today from e.l.f. has to be the liquid poreless putty primer because I feel like this is such an easy primer to use. What took e.l.f. so long to come out with this product? I don't know, but like we could have used this so long ago, but I just felt like the OG putty primer was just really hard to blend, hard to work with. I liked what it was trying to do. I didn't really like how hard you had to work to get the product to actually like blend into your skin. It just was a lot. It was very stiff and I feel like with this liquid form, you can enjoy what the OG putty primer was trying to do because this is so much easier to blend. I'm really happy that they came out with this. I definitely think next to the Power Grip, this has to be one of my favorite e.l.f. primers so far. This is a primer I'm going to use as more of like a perfecting primer to smooth the skin over, blur it out a little bit. I'm not really going to rely on just this primer to control my oils or just make my makeup last longer. The Putty Under Eye Brighteners, I really like this product and so far with my concealer and my makeup all done, I have like everything is looking good. Like my under eyes are looking really smooth. It's not like creasing or breaking up the product. I'm gonna wear this makeup out. I'm definitely gonna update you about this product, but so far so good. It's $6, which is exciting, and I definitely will keep reaching for this product. I really like it. That is basically it for all of the newer e.l.f. products I tried. I definitely will leave everything down below in the description for you in case you're curious about anything else I have on my face. I totally skipped over the fact that I finished my eye makeup. I just took the black on the waterline and smudged it out, and that's literally all that I did for the rest of the eyes. I am wearing the e.l.f. lipstick. I love this lip formula. I want to pick up more shades, but definitely let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think about any of these e.l.f. products? Have you picked them up? Have you tried them out? Let your girl know down below, and I'll definitely catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.